Come on. There we go. All right. How are we doing? Gotta figure out where exactly this rope is going. I think it's going in front of the one leg and then behind him here, because why not? Hey, Fultney, how you doing? I mean, this is all... I appreciate it, by the way, thanks. This is all traditional stuff, so... Just pencil, then pen and ink, for the most part. And a little bit too much practice. And hey, Warza, how's it going? I'm not familiar with Jade Man. No, I haven't heard of that. I'm not very good at keeping up with what's going on these days. The Bad Guys movie. No, I'm not familiar with that. I don't think. I mean, it sounds kind of familiar, but... Okay, it's like an animated thing. No, I haven't checked that out yet. I don't watch too much animated stuff now, to be honest. Every once in a while, but like... Okay, cool. This is Jade Man, was it? Yeah. Always interesting when somebody just tries some new stuff, does some experimental stuff. Hey, Len. How's it going? Thanks very much. Hey, Mike, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I figure I haven't put on The Chemical Wedding before. I was like, I like The Chemical Wedding. I think we can listen to that for a bit. Okay, okay. I'm not familiar with any of that, to be honest. I was kind of out of comics for a long time, so a lot of that research time kind of went to nothing. I'm just catching up. I'll start catching up the last few years. I don't know if I ever got around to listening to Accident of Birth. I think it's one of those ones I always meant to, and then the only ones I really know are this and Skunkworks. I like Skunkworks. It's not as intense, but you know. And hey, Cloud, thanks very much, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, bring it a little thicker. But I mean, definitely the best version of Iron Maiden is the one with Bruce in it. Tattooed Millionaire's okay. Okay. I think I tried listening to some of Tattooed Millionaire and I was like, eh. It's always interesting when he gets like a concept art album going. Hey, okay. What's up? And Warzone. Yeah, no, I do like Daniel Warren Johnson's work. I'm not super familiar. Like, I don't think I've actually read too many comics by him. Apart from, shoot, I think he did Murder Falcon, right? And maybe to do a power bomb, because there's another guy, James Herron, who I confuse him with constantly. Yeah, Murder Falcon's Daniel Warren Johnson. I like that a lot. And do a power bomb. Did he do that one too? Yes, looks like he did. Okay, so okay, yeah, those are the ones of his I know, and I do like them quite a bit. They're very over the top and very dynamic. Which stories? I don't know anything about Daniel Warren Johnson's stories. And thanks for saying one thing today. Okay, I appreciate that. That was fun. Anyone who's not, oh, I should pin the. Hey, D-Man, how you doing, buddy? I should pin the link in the chat. That's what I should do. At least remembering early. Let's see here. Go. So anyone not familiar, I got a Kickstarter going on right now for Blood Force #1. That's the first issue of my comic. And just put the link up in the chat if you want to go check that out. It's 90s superhero satire. But I was did an interview earlier today on Genuine Comics channel where we talked about that. So that was good stuff. Yeah, I do remember that about Murder Falcon. That it was just kind of like the Murder Falcon character is great, and like a lot of the background stuff I love. But yeah, that protagonist is like, what? This is the guy I'm supposed to empathize with? Okay, if I have to. Oh, is that the... Did he do Beta Ray Bill as well? Is that what the other... Okay, I wasn't sure what you were talking about anymore, Warzone. So, okay, he did Beta Ray Bill. I mean, I imagine that would look great. But is that a thing that's kind of running through Danny Warren Johnson's stuff? People being mopey because they can't get with their girls? All right. Oh, well. I mean, that's, that's something people will relate to, I suppose. That's something, right? And I've switched back to the vertical for this one because, of course, the last couple times I tried to do horizontal, the picture went super pixely, so we're trying to avoid that if we can. All right. I mean, doesn't quite match the Simonson era, but not everybody can, draw like Walt and write like Walt, right? Very few people, in fact. Well, I like to do a power bomb. That was the daughter of a famous wrestler, Mexican wrestler, I think, has to. Well, she's like set on making her name in wrestling, so she joins an interdimensional wrestling tournament. and the tournament final is against God. So, and it's like a very manga version of God, where he's like got a gold plate mask and he's, you know, just muscles everywhere. I think you'd like it okay, actually. Age, I know. I'm. Well, I mean, I tried with the boot imprint here to add a few more, you know, make the feet as apparent as possible, but you never quite hit the mark. You're always falling short in some regard. And I'm familiar with John Byrne's Elsewhen stuff. At least, you know, like I knew what was going on when he was doing it for free on his website. I haven't seen what it looks like now that it's, I guess it's official, right? Like it's actually Marvel and stuff. I don't know what that looks like now. But I mean, if they're doing, I guess they got to do like modern color and everything on it. I don't know how that would look. I can't imagine very good. And I'm not familiar with Rob's video this morning. Do you mean Rob Norton? Or Rob Liefeld? Because I know Rob Liefeld also does videos now, right? What oh, you did the Absolute Batman one. That's right. I haven't checked it out yet. Is that one of his better ones? I hate to say it, but I can't watch too many of Rob's videos because I'll just start parroting what he's saying if, like, we happen to have the same one lined up. I will occasionally stop in if it's like an image book and Chuck Gibson has commented, because that's like usually gold. I haven't checked out Absolute Batman yet. I'm not particularly interested. You know, it's like, okay, they're trying to do a super extreme style. That's something. And they got to do it with everybody. It's like, okay. What does Absolute this guy look like? I don't care, but okay. Yeah? Okay, cool. I mean, he does have like a giant fucking axe in that, doesn't he? Like that's Absolute Batman's deal. Your own Elseworlds universe based on somebody else's stuff? Because otherwise it's just your own universe, you know. And an armored cape you can use as stilts. Really? All right. I do want to get in a scene in Blood Force where Hawkstab gets his leg busted and he has to still, like, you know, crutch himself across the field on his arm blades. I'm thinking that'll probably happen in issue 6. All right. I mean, what if Superman is always a good idea for just coming up with a superhero thing. I'm okay with some silliness. I don't know if you guys are aware. Like it's very hard to convince me that a comic character is sincerely badass. It's like, okay, but you're still wearing Lycra. I mean, if you can make an animated movie, I'd love to see that shit. But like, there's most superhero things, I infer a level of silliness even if it's not inherently there. Like it's not intended. Like Batman, I can't get over Batman being silly. He's basically Adam West Batman, regardless of how cool we try to make him. Yeah, man, why not? It's not going to happen if you don't make it. And I mean, chances are, if you think it's good, somebody else will too. Sorry, I love the version where because you always got to try and come up with a reason why a guy would dress in a costume when he gets superpowers. And I love watching writers try to um, rationalize that. Guys going, and one more thing, I want a costume. It's like, why do you want a costume? Is it just because it's easier to draw than drawing like hanging drapery? Because I can kind of get that. but at the same time, like I don't think there's good enough motivation, generally speaking. Apart from, the character read a lot of comics when they were a kid, and they just figured this is what you do. And it's like, yeah, my guys wear costumes. My guys are also dumb, though. And they don't understand why you wouldn't wear a costume. Spawn is maybe one of the most egregious examples. I'm a demon from hell. I used to be a soldier. Now I wear a cape. I mean, I know that the cape is like a symbiote, but still, it wasn't a symbiote when he first came up with it. He just came up with a dude in a cape. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, that's always a good way to go. And I mean, people come up with good versions of stuff, like really nice comics just based off of my version of this character or group of characters that is a little bit different. That I want to write the way I want to write. That happens all the time. Does he still hang out in Bum Alley? It seems like maybe he should have moved out from there at some point. Like, it's been 30 years. Hey, Sab, how you doing, buddy? Oh, if you like when people bash McFarlane, would it be tomorrow? Yeah, I guess tomorrow's video. Assuming I can get it done in time. I might be doing a little bit of that. But that's going after one of the issues of Spider-Man, not Spawn, so... Not quite on topic, but pretty close. I think most people's Todd McFarlane impression is Rob Liefeld's Todd McFarlane impression. No, what's our next force? It's like the one thing Rob gave to the world that we can enjoy kind of wholeheartedly is his Todd McFarlane impression. Rob Liefeld, not Rob Norton. Rob Norton is what Rob's or Rob's, right? Yeah, I know, right? Now I'm getting confused. Yeah. From what I understand, it's a very Alberta kind of accent. Oh, I would love that. Don't think that's going to happen. Liefeld tends to just kind of ignore people who don't think he's just the greatest of all time. If you have anything to say about Liefeld stuff that isn't, I would say, outright fawning, Rob assumes that you're attacking him. And he's just like, nope, you blocked. Okay, let's see if I can figure out the terrible, terrible musculature in between these here. I mean, he kind of does, I'd say, have a thick skin. I gotta think Rob was one of the early casualties of the internet. Where, all of a sudden people could say what they thought about him and he wasn't prepared for it. That's the impression I get. Because hang on. Oh man, that was like half a sneeze. Is there another one? I don't think so, not right now. Okay, it's coming back though. Get ready. There's a great interview right around the time he's doing the Heroes Reborn stuff, the Captain America and Avengers and that. With I can never remember the guy's name. He's the guy who did Kill Image, which was an underground parody comic. Well, not even parody, just like attack comic. And he's very open in that interview, to a degree I've never seen Rob before, and he seems kind of unsure of himself sometimes, again, which is something I don't ever see from Rob. So I get the feeling he got subject to criticism for the first time after years of being told his shit was the greatest. That's what people write in to tell him, right? And he's having trouble figuring out how to deal with it. And then it's right after that he decided, you know what? Anybody who says shit about me, I don't have to listen to it. In fact, I can clap back if I want. And I think I'm going to do that with every single person. And then he decided, he just kept narrowing the margins on what was a criticism and what was just an observation. Yeah, kind of true. Either sycophantic praise or merciless mockery. Heart D. Fisher, thank you. It was like, I almost had it, but I couldn't quite get there. And such a great interview. I want to get that issue of the Comics Journal. The only version I've been able to really see, I think, was, well, kind of see, was when Cartoonist Kayfabe did their read-through of the interview. Which is a great read-through, but I'd rather just kind of see it for myself sometimes, so I can, get it without the flavoring. You think he might start to lighten up soon? Any day now, I'm sure. That is what we've seen mostly in people, right? Is that as they get older, they get more and more open to new ideas as opposed to just entrenching their old ones. I love the moment where he just flat out asks him, "Why do you think people don't like my stuff?" And Hart D. Fisher fucking tells him, and he's like, he doesn't know what to do with it. So he just he goes on to the soonest tangent he can that isn't quite that question anymore. Oh wow, yeah, that would be hard to find. I can't imagine GQ is keeping track of interviews from 30 years ago with comic creators. Okay, how do you even draw these things? Let me see here. I'm trying to figure out how to draw some Doc Martens without actually looking at a reference, apparently. That'll be fun, I guess. Where Stanley was roasting Todd and Rob. I saw the one where he was the comic book confidential or whatever it was, where they were all just kind of chatting. And it's essentially just promotional stuff. I think Wilson actually got in on a little bit of that too. Although that part doesn't seem to be seen very often. They were drawing overkill. Yes, that is in the comic book confidential thing. I don't know that it's. I mean, he does he's like playful in it. I think Stan is, but it's still done as these are our guys and they do really, really well, so they can be taken down a peg or two in good fun. I saw the bit where I don't know if I've ever actually watched it. I've seen clips all over the board, and I don't like hearing Rob or Todd talk, so that's part of it. But I've seen the bit where Stan's talking to Rob, and they're talking about X-Force, and Rob's like I don't know. He's saying how I did 5, and Stan's like, "Yeah, 5 what?" Because Rob kept talking for a minute. And he's like, "Huh? You left out part of the sentence. 5 what? Oh yeah, 5 million. It's sold." So, yeah, that might be important. The comic rates. Yes. I remember seeing those ads for those VHSs and thinking that those would be amazing to see. I don't know if I would have gotten anything from them, having seen little bits and pieces, but. We're we're John Buscema calls Mary Jane a skank. All right. Man, those old guys went hard, didn't they? I guess he's a Gwen guy. I know Todd desperately wants to direct for some, basically just for the, to say he can do it and claim it as a record, I guess. I mean, you know, maybe it happens. I mean, we saw what happened the first time around, and it was like, you know, wasn't that great? I would imagine, though, that's how Mary Jane kind of would have been seen the first little while, right? Where Peter's thing with Gwen was like pure, and then Mary Jane came in and just kind of like, yo, I got tits. Did he direct a Korn video? Okay. Was it any good? Because that might be the answer as to why not. Oh, yeah, no, he could totally do, like, his own... no, what's the word? I don't remember the word now. Oh, well. Damn it, I've almost got it. Not glamour project, but like, you know, just spending his own money to make himself look good. Vanity project, that's the word. Thank you. I hate that shit. It happens all the time. Just like, wait, okay, we lost this word. Start looking around. You know, I mean, he can do vanity projects as long as he wants. He's got plenty of money. Why not? Other than it makes him look kind of goofy, but I don't think he's too worried about that. That doesn't need to succeed, right? It just needs to kind of quell his ego for a minute. And yeah, I know he can't use Angela anymore. Which is, I don't know, I find that hilarious. Neil just going out of his way to fuck over Todd on that one. I'm okay with that. Todd goes out of his way to fuck over people every once in a while too. No, she's got nothing to do there. She doesn't fit in that universe. She fits in the Spawn universe, but Todd fucked up, you know, so hey. They're still mad at him for Spider-Man. Who, Marvel is? For doing what with Spider-Man? Are you going to be mad at, you know, Todd didn't create Spider-Man. And he helped them out with all sorts of merchandising stuff. Why'd they be mad at him? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he just jumped at the first offer. Just take it off my hands, and Marvel will never give it up, and that's good enough for me. Well, I mean, Rob, Todd, and Jim, I don't think that was ever really their intention to be creator-owned artists. I think they just kind of wanted to be rich. You know, Rob doesn't like drawing comics. It's fairly obvious. He likes drawing pinups. He likes drawing character designs. And that's kind of it. And, you know, you can make a shit ton of money just drawing pinups and character designs. So why not do that, right? Same with Mark Silvestri, really. You know, he doesn't want to work month in, month out. He can totally do it. He can do it better than just about anybody, really. It's like, I could do that, or I could be a rich guy in Miami. I know which one I want to do, you know? It doesn't seem like it. It's, you know, like all those. I was talking to Dave Brink about this earlier today, where Marvel has never recovered from Image leaving, where they will not now hype an artist over a writer. And like, they don't, it doesn't even seem like they like having the most skilled artists anymore, because it's like, okay, well, when are they going to leave now? It's like, well, it kind of depends on what kind of environment you give them, for one thing. And I mean, if they do, in the meantime, they've kind of drawn a shit ton of cool comics for you, have they not? Doesn't that kind of work for you? But, you know, Marvel likes their grudges, and they like their holier than thou attitude, so. Nobody being happy is a better result than everybody being happy, apparently. What does Ultimate Daredevil look like? I'm not even familiar with that. I should look that up. I don't know what this cartoony style is. Okay, well, this isn't the Chemical Wedding anymore. I don't know what we're doing. This is off the remaster, I guess. Okay, it just kind of looks like Daredevil, so it'll be down to what he's doing then, I guess. I mean, that would probably be preferable if they just kind of stuck to comics. But you can be kind of like a pseudo rock star if you just treat people like shit on Twitter too. So, like, why not do that, right? That's, I guess, the thing. When 10,000 people are paying attention to what you say, I guess it's hard to ignore that, even if they don't like what you say. I thought IEW was already kind of done, to be honest. The fact they're still around is a little bit of a surprise. What is it? Not Tattooed Millionaire. Accident of Birth. Mike was saying. I haven't really listened to Accident of Birth yet, so might as well take the opportunity. The TMNT IP. Did they get rid of the G.I. Joe IP? I want to say that. I was about to say they should do that too, but I'm starting to wonder now if they did. I feel like I might have heard that. Transformers IP. Like, how do you fuck up having G.I. Joe, Transformers, and TMNT? Like, yeah, no, it's not 1987 anymore, but still. You don't bitch about that. You make it 1987 again. I guess it's easy to say that as a guy who just decided the 90s weren't over. And it's like, man, I grew up in the wrong era. I want to draw 90s shit. Just draw 90s shit. The Pat Lee thing. Pat Lee just recently stuck his head on Twitter. People immediately piled on him asking for their money. Yeah, that's what you get, I guess. That's a hobby horse of Lee's. He's the main reason I know about that. He's gone on about that a few times. I mean, somebody's going to buy the properties eventually. If it gets bad enough, they'll go into Chapter 11 or whatever and have to sell off their assets. And then maybe somebody else does something with it, and maybe they don't. We'll see. What we need to do is get Blood Force to blow up enough so that I can buy TMNT off them. There's still 20 days left in the campaign, in case anybody hasn't backed yet. That's going to be my new campaign push. We need to reach $300 million so that I can buy Ninja Turtles off of IDW. After the 90s new influx of art, I guess there are a few 90s type guys around right now, aren't there? Will people do the 2000s? I don't know, because the thing is the 2000s weren't as focused on art. Like, it has its own vibe for sure. Like the Ultimates, and the original way of the Ultimates, so with Brian Hitch, kind of J.G. Jones, I guess. I don't remember the name of the other guy who went like super realistic. I know his name, but I can't remember it offhand. But yeah, that kind of like, I guess, stylized realism, but like focusing more on the realism aspect. – It's like, it's incredible artwork if you can pull it off. But it's a really difficult look to pull off, and I don't think too many, like, if anybody can do that on a regular schedule. Mark Miller, Grant Morrison, Garth Ennis. Yeah, I'm thinking about the kind of things that, like, I don't know as much about the 2000s as I do about the 90s, obviously, but that seems to kind of been the thing where they were focused more on like hyper realism. John Cassidy, all those guys. Well, I mean, there you go. Okay, yeah, we're talking about either hyper stylized or hyper realistic. We're talking either Brian Hitch or 100 Bullets. There's your dichotomy right there, right? Yeah. There was some good stuff, I would say. But it was like very particular guys. And that's the thing. In the 90s, it felt like there was a new guy coming up every 5 minutes. You know, there was dozens of very particular styles going around. Like if you didn't like the image type guys, you know, Liefeld, Lee, Silvestri, Portasio, Keown, whatever, then you know, maybe a Larry Stroman is more to your liking. How about a Mark Teixeira? Maybe you were more of a Sam Keith or a Kelly Jones guy. Who knows? It felt like it was endless. Like, you know, there was always going to be new guys who had very unique styles. Joe Quesada, you know, whichever. That's the thing I miss. Everybody just kind of goes for the same kind of look these days. Where it's like, how can I incorporate the color the best? Color doesn't matter that much, guys. You know, yeah, it's nice if you got good color, but it's not the crux of the book. I guess we just use like some straps and shit in them. I'm trying to think of like, how do we fill up this space here? Like straps is the way to go. More straps. There we go. Good shit. Joe Matt has a white beard? Oh, fuck's sake. Did he finally turn 40? I swear, I think Joe Matt's like 5 years older than. Yeah, all the posters or all the shots of him I can see are still from like 1995. And he's got like a goatee thing going on where the chin's all white. That looks all right. He also looks like he's probably bald under there. That's okay. Still doing better than me. Not gonna rip a guy for rough facial hair or or his whether or not he decides to go for a flat dome. Where was the? I think this should be maybe blackish. Yeah, sure. I'm losing track of where. There's too many straps, and I don't know what's strap and what's supposed to be muscle underneath anymore. Okay, I mean the Joe Mad style still persists. It's sort of a Western idealized version of manga, right? Yeah, like this. Oh, I can't go closer than that. Fantastic. That's Dark Horse, apparently. Yeah, I can see it. I mean, that was kind of what Joe Mad comics felt like. So, I mean, that's appropriate, I guess, right? Yeah, it's interesting. Like, the '90s style, like if there is such a thing as a '90s style, which not so much, but that gets derided. But the Joe Mad style is effervescent. Effervescent? No. What? I'm trying to come up with a. Okay, I forget I ever didn't. I said that part. Now let me completely substitute a word. Like evergreen was more what I was looking for. It's the kind of thing where if I was recording off for like 5 minutes and go, wait a minute, what's that word? And then just start doing a deep dive on thesaurus.com. Hey, Comic King, how you doing, man? So how was the convention? I bet it's a wild time on. I imagine that's Rhode Island. Did you meet Sting? All right. Is that what Sting was up to on a Sunday? Was being at a comic convention in Rhode Island? We are talking police Sting, not WCW Wolfpack, NWO Wolfpack, Red Team, whatever Sting. Because honestly, that Sting seems more likely. I don't know what the other student would be doing at a comic convention. Okay, good. You got to remember on these things, like, well, for one thing, I can't hear your tone of voice, and for the other, I have no ability to discern sincerity when I'm drawing. I just kind of have to take everything at face value. That's pretty cool, though. It's interesting listening to this album. I can definitely hear all sorts of stuff that would eventually end up on Chemical Wedding, which we just listened to before this. Oh, that's true. That's true. He will have a forever connection with comics because of John Constantine. Oh, I've got a compass in here. There it is. Should I try using the compass? Or should I just crosshatch it, like, because I can just kind of crosshatch away. We can do that. I don't even know how to open the compass. I haven't tried yet. What do I do with this thing? Where's the hinges? Wait. There's no hinges. That's why I was having difficulty with it. I bet you Keanu Reeves did bleach his hair, and that was still what came out. Okay, let's do... No, that's too thick. Great. Oh, well, because of the screw in the middle. I'm learning how to use a compass in real time. This is some entertaining shit right here. Okay, pigments don't work too well in a compass, apparently. Why is the Kickler copying Hawkside's hairstyle? Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe. I feel like this isn't going to turn out very round, to be honest. Okay, well, why don't we just do it in pencil then? And then we'll do the cross-hatching it away thing. That works better. But yeah, like, he's just kind of got loose hair, and this is what it turned into. So maybe this is just how I draw hair for everybody now. It's been a little bit since I drew Rancor. We'll see how that goes. That's all we need. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he can do a better English accent than he did in Bram Stoker's Dracula, at least. The thing I heard was that he'd come off of like 3 movies and was exhausted and didn't have time to do proper prep. And apparently, they originally suggested getting Johnny Depp for the role, but somebody decided he wasn't attractive enough. Matt Ryan is constant. That could work, I guess. Is that what he does? Does he do Constantine? All right. What's that on? I assume some DC show. It'd kind of have to be, wouldn't it? Well, like instead of a movie. Oh, shit. That's not a straight line at all. CW version. Oh, okay. Off of, like, the Smallville series or something? Or... I had a ruler around here somewhere. It's completely disappeared now. Dope. Alright. I'll have to make do. This is kind of a ruler. I like these horribly arranged buildings that don't really make any kind of fucking sense. Like, what is this perspective supposed to be? That looks a little better. Yeah, stay fucking still, jackass. I almost want to do fisheye stuff with these buildings, but like bend them, but I know I'm not going to be able to make that make sense, so we're not going to do that. I did enjoy Crazy Licks, at least the one album. I haven't listened to any more yet. We can listen to another one after this. No, I like that quite a bit. That's some fun stuff. I like a band that just like, we're not going to do the experimenting thing. We know exactly the sound we're going for, and we're going to do every song sounding like that. It's going to take me a while to remember them regularly, where they're part of the regular rotation, but we'll get there, I think. Depends. I mean, if you can bring it in every album, that's not the worst thing. Like, I am an AC/DC fan. I'm of the opinion there is value in making everything sound the same if that everything sound is a good one, you know? It is kind of funny with stuff like Creed, how, like, you know, like, I like a couple of Creed songs. They're at least from a nostalgia level. But it is funny. It's like there's very little difference between the ones I like and the ones that are just kind of background fluff. It's basically, did this one make it to the radio? No? Well, then it's one of their bad ones, I guess. There you go. I like how unapologetic guys like the AC/DC were about it. The whole, you know, I'm sick of people saying we have 10 albums that sound exactly the same. We have 15 albums that sound exactly the same. Get it right. I did see the new Frankenstein, actually. I saw that a couple of days ago. I thought it was very good. Departs a little bit from the original, but honestly not a whole lot. I guess, like, you know, just focus a bit more on themes and stuff. But looks fantastic. And Oscar, what's his name? Not De La Hoya, but the other guy. Yeah, no, great camera work. You know, there's a lot of CG in there to kind of pump up the camera work, I imagine. But Oscar Isaac, that's the guy. No, he's going like super over the top in it, and it's a lot of fun. And it's nice to see him in something good where he can like just sink his teeth in. I think we've done this one before. Piano intro, rap verse, chorus screaming at the top of the singer's lungs. That sounds an awful lot like shit. What's the name of the band? Linkin Park. Although, I mean, you know, there were a few that probably tried to copy the formula. Was it? That's a bingo. Was it better than Mary Shelley's Frankenstein starring Robert De Niro? I think so. I don't remember that one too well, if only for the fact that it looks better. I don't see, that's the thing. I don't really remember the performances out of the Kenneth Branagh version. I should watch that again sometime just to get a feel for it. I don't know why the fuck you put Robert De Niro in that, other than just so you can have Robert De Niro on the fucking poster. I don't know who played the monster in this one. He was good. But it's really Oscar Isaac's show. And he's nicely manic in it. But yeah, the only thing, that's the biggest edge I think that this one has over the Kenneth Branagh one, is that you got Guillermo del Toro directing it instead of Kenneth Branagh. Kenneth Branagh did a fine job, I think. And it feels like there's a couple of shots in this version that pay homage to it. But, you know, Guillermo del Toro is kind of on another level. I don't. Oh no. Got a horrible idea for the hilt on this knife. I think the edges of the hilt are going to be feet. Really? Okay. So there's a lot of real shit in there, eh? That's fucking awesome if there is. Okay, they are kind of feet, but you can't really tell. Unless I put little Doc Martens on those too. I might. When the boat roasts, it's okay, cool. I mean, that's fucking awesome, and I love when they do that shit. You know, you get into such a cynical view where you're like, okay, well, how much of this is CG? Like 70%? Gotta be, right? Some producer just lost his mind for a minute and said, no, everything has to be CG, because that's what the kids like. Like they're setting up Bride in this? In the new Frankenstein? No, I would not see that. I mean, they can, I suppose, if somebody finds the notes. But that would have to be it. I'm not even sure what's in here. I think this is just more pouches and stuff. I mean, hey, I'm okay with one awesome version of a movie. You know, it doesn't happen very often. Voyage of the Demeter, last Voyage of the Demeter, whatever it was, looked like it was going to be an awesome looking movie, and it kind of wasn't. Like it looked pretty good. That's about it. Didn't look as good as I was kind of hoping. But boring ass story. Wedding dress looks a lot. There were moments here where I feel like they were referencing Bride of Frankenstein because there's yeah, her wedding dress. She's got like the wraps around her arms and everything that looked like they were coming loose, and it's like, oh wait, are we getting there? But didn't go that far in this one, and doesn't. I don't know if they're gonna do that in a future one. I can't imagine. Is Kickler's favorite movie King of the Kickboxer? Probably, if he has time for movies. I don't know that he does. I think he's pretty much at the same mindset as Popo, where they're just consumed by justice. There's a little too much setup in something like King of the Kick Fighters. Even if it's just as much as like opening credits. Come on. Is there any of this left? Am I out? I think that's empty. Okay. I got another one. Somewhere in here. There you are. Oh yeah, that's actually like... the other one sounded like completely empty. I didn't even realize. Oop, shit. Too much. Calm down. Got all worked up. Yeah, it is. It's a whiteout correction pen from our friends at Pentel. I found out about that from watching Jim Lee streams. Well, probably just watching one. I don't think I had it in me to sit through multiple because, man, those things go on for fucking ever. And he's not entertaining like I am, you know, so. There's a shitty Rob Norton movie? Posca Whites. I think I have. And I don't know that they really worked too well for me. I'm not sure what the problem was. Could be because I don't let my inks dry before I start applying other media. Pretty bad about that. But yeah, it's been kind of a never-ending battle to try and find white media that works. But the inherent problem isn't that there's no white media that works. The inherent problem is that why is your ink still wet? Now you can do it. Carve one out. There we go. Oh, did Richard Norton also do Jim Cotta? I'm familiar with Jim Cotta. I don't think I ever saw it, but you know, I'm a Red Letter Media fan. I think a lot of people use that same whiteout. Like I said, I found out from the Jim Lee streams. Chuck Gibson was saying that's the best stuff to use. So I mean, it is something pros use. And I mean, you know, it's the thing that works the best for me as far as I've seen. Everything else is varying degrees of okay. Not talking to you, okay, but you know, varying degrees of acceptable. He's good, and he knows a fucking lot. I gotta stop trying to talk about inking in my videos, I feel like, because I'm no good at really identifying what inkers are even doing a lot of the time. Like, that differentiates them from other inkers. And so a lot of the time I'll just kind of talk shit. Not even really intending to. And I feel like that's just not... That's not serving me too well. Anytime, okay, anytime. Let's see here. I got to get another closer look at that. Fletcher Hanks. No, it certainly sounds like a Golden Age name. I'm not usually into Golden Age stuff, but I mean, that's a generalization, and every once in a while something blows you away, regardless of what age it's from, right? So I'll definitely check that out if I can remember. Which that's always the question. Hey, there we go. See, it doesn't matter if you're a good inker. It matters whether or not you can cover up how bad of an inker you are. Scribbly bullshit. That's how we do inking over here. Fletcher's a good one. It's always an interesting one when people take like one of those like original English type last names and decide, okay, that's going to be your first name, where it was somebody's profession. I'm sure there's somebody called Trapper out there. Hunter's always a good one. It's like, dude, don't call somebody that. Come on. Just call him Dave. Let him get through high school. If he decides he wants to be Hunter after that, that's on him. Yes, Fletcher is a job. Yes. Arrow maker guy. I guess that doesn't get used too often anymore. I mean, Brewer doesn't get used a whole lot anymore, but at least that has some kind of... There's not really any grasping for what the fuck is that name about. Even less so than Smith these days, I would say. I wonder about names like Walker. It's like, where the fuck did that come from? It's like, I hope that's not something that was a job title. Or if it is, how can I get that job? Dog Walker, yeah, exactly. It's like, I know how to do that. I feel like there's no even special training. Walker did come from Chuck Norris, as did all the best things. Now let's get one more here. When Joan Jett killed people with ice, that does sound intriguing. See, if they put that in the commercial, I might have watched that episode. I don't know if I knew who Joan Jett was at the time, but I probably should have. I think I probably did. I don't know how this rope works. Where'd that... There's not enough light in here. I can't see where my other brush is at. Oh, wait, there it is. Found you, bitch. Okay, so there's gonna be some. I still haven't inked that other leg there, but or arm leg rather. Yeah, let's start up here. Why not? Top left is usually a better place to start than bottom anything. Oh, I think I forgot to clean this thing out last time. It's pretty stiff. There's another peek inside the world of Blood Force. Is that when the camera goes up, everything just gets left, and I walk away. Are we back in vertical until the next double page spread? I guess so, yeah. Because the vertical was what was doing all the pixelating in the last couple of, well, at least the last stream anyway. There was a lot in the last stream. So, yeah, it definitely seems like it's preferable to do it this way unless you kind of have to do it the other way. Even then, now I'm wondering if it's a good idea. And yeah, thanks for checking on the stream. Let me see if it's still where it was at before. I think so. 29, 20, yeah. Getting there, just about at 75%, which is pretty great. So yeah, I think people are going to get some physical copies of Blood Force this year. I'm pretty stoked about it. I'm hoping they can be colored physical copies, but physical copies either way be pretty great. That's go about local printers or international. I decided probably the best way to go is with Canadian printers. Just for shipping purposes, and it just kind of simplifies some things. Originally, I was looking at American printers, but yeah, with you never know exactly what shipping is going to do these days. So if we can like minimize the amount of shipping that needs to, where the amount of shipping across borders that needs to be done before we start actually sending out copies, I think that's probably the best way to go. You know, if we ever get to the point where I've got to send out like a few hundred copies or something, which I don't know if that's ever going to happen. I don't think that really happens too much. Then it might be worth it because then you can send it directly from the printer to like people who assemble that shit, like put it all in bags and boards and send them out themselves, that kind of thing. There are services for that, from what I can tell. But I don't think we'll need them this time. I'm pretty sure I can bag and board, 75 to 100 copies myself. Hey, smudging anything? Not yet. I thought about it. It's too late to, because closest thing to me is Vancouver. Their big ones are, I think, in February and October. So it's a little bit too late for the next one coming up to get set up for that, I think. But maybe like this time this time next year, really. And I mean, in the meantime, if this one is successful, as it appears it will be, or as I'm, hoping it will be anyway, I might even be able to get another one done in the meantime, which would be great. I'd love to be able to go to a convention with 2 issues. That'd be preferable to just the one. Well, I mean, I guess if people are really worried about the shipping stuff, they can always just get the PDF. But it's the reason I've had to make the cost of the book like $25 American. Is like most of that is shipping probably, or at least half anyway. So, I mean, Hey, Monty, how you doing? I was just thinking it was getting close to wrap-up time. Oh. Yeah, I know there are smaller ones around. They're a little tougher to find out about is the only thing. I gotta find out exactly what the networks are for that. But, yeah, no, I'd love to do, like, anything like that. It's been a long-ass time since I've been into a convention, and, it's coincidentally, it's also the last time I went as a artist, in quotes, because I tried that shit when I was, like, 19 with my my mini comics. Me and my buddies did. Indigo Montoya, yes. Get down here. Thank you. Any of the minis laying around? What, from back then? I've got like at least 1 copy of each, I think. Maybe even 2. They are not going to see the light of day, though. Unless you go on my Patreon, in which case I did do a full-on review of my first attempt at a mini. Embarrassing as that is. I was thinking about actually making that one available as a members only video, since Mike went ahead and got a membership. It's like, shit, I gotta give him something to watch. I have this that no one else is Patreon. Not the bees. Monetize your shit. Yeah, I know. And yeah, I started tonight. I did a late one today because I had an interview over at Dave Brink's channel earlier, Monty. That it started right when I usually go, so I just kind of went on that, and then gave myself a couple hours, and then figured a short stream for this one. 2 hours is pretty good, and we're getting just about up there. Unfortunately, I guess next Sundays is also going to get kind of fucked up. Although I think it's supposed to be later in the day. It is too. Yeah. All right. Yeah, there's a few of these coming up. That's how it goes, man. That's all right. He leaves them up after the fact if you want to go back and check it out. Although I don't know. The only thing is that like I don't know how many of these. You know, I love when you guys show up on these. I don't know how much you really need to because most of the stuff is ground we've covered. You know. I guess the odd thing might come up. Or just see Mitch squirm as he tries to, like, you know, it's like getting ready for a fucking hike. Like in football, or just like, it's like, okay, here it comes. What's the next question? I could probably do it. Oh, I'm not watching the Sunday Night Football myself. I got a hockey game to watch, man. I guess you can't blame. What would that be, like Milwaukee? That neighborhood for the Packers? Can't blame you guys for not really being into hockey, I suppose. Although isn't Detroit reasonably close to that? But then Detroit's been shit for years, so there's that too. So yeah. I do appreciate you guys showing up. I mean, even if it's just to rip me in the stream, that gives me something to talk about. I'm down. Even this one was like, Dave was like, okay, so we do this, you know, it's your show basically. So you know, I got a basic structure, but after that, it's whatever you want to talk about. It's like, oh fuck, I gotta determine where this is going. But it turned out to be a little bit easy. You know, he's an easy guy to talk to, thankfully. Just have to dodge imaginary panties throughout the course. If you see me duck my head in the next interview, you know that's what I'm doing. All right, you know, I'm okay with it. I dish it out. If someone has something to say at all, even if it's a joke, I got to be able to take it. Oh, Dave Brink. Yeah, Dave is Dutch. Yeah, it's going okay. I'm finding as much as I can to guest on. You know, either in an interview or just trying to get in on one of those kind of group drawstream kind of things. Yeah, you know, that doesn't stop okay there, D-Man. Not everybody's down with okay sense of humor. He just keeps going. One of the reasons we love him. Oh, ditch the Dutch. Good with coming up with show names, I gotta say. Dutch Angle works. Drink with Brink also works. And gives him a little, like, kind of gimmick that he can use. Yeah, for a guy who says he doesn't want to be a YouTuber, he seems to be pretty good at it. All right, I think I'm going to wrap it up now because my daughter visiting from that I don't see too often, like maybe once a year or something, maybe twice if I'm lucky. So she's in town for the day. We're going to stop over there. But I had to try and do a bit of a makeup stream today after the interview, at least. Dutch had a mini-series? Fuck, I was not aware. Are you sure about that? Because there is the ad for the miniseries that actually didn't happen in Bloodstrike Brutalists, which was kind of a joke ad. I'll check that out though. And let's look at my comic shop real quick. I don't believe. Oh wait, here we go. Dutch 2023 image. Oh, there we go. There's his number 0 by Joe Casey. And, well, I mean, Joe Casey's pretty good at this shit. And Nathan Fox, I'm not familiar. And then there's 1 through 3 by Simon Gain. I don't much dig the look of that. At least one of the... Who did the cover on the first version here? So that's Simon Gain. That means that's what the comic looks like. I'm not as big on that. Actually, no. It might be good. I don't know. But yeah, that seems like it's worth checking out anyway. All right. So we're coming along on this. Next time, I might be abandoning this to work on something for John. We'll see. But thanks for sticking around, guys, and for everybody who stopped by earlier on the interview on Dave's channel. Thanks for that too. That was awesome. So yeah, we'll see you on Wednesday, unless you see me on something else in the meantime, which isn't entirely unlikely. All right, have a good one, guys.